let's talk. I want to know what day one was like when you started writing this thing and you sat down. There's so much to cover, obviously, with this story. Day one, you sit down.
We didn't know. I mean, frankly, it's a little more complicated than that. We had to go to Moscow. We met with Mr. Snowden in January of 2014. I went back twice to meet him because I didn't know if we were going to do it. First of all, if we were going to work it out, if he wanted it to be done, or if we felt good about it. It was a hot potato case. On top of it, you know, he was under indictment. It's a controversial subject. This thing can blow up in our face. I don't want to be another one like that. There's been several that didn't get made. So I was scared of that a bit. I wanted to make a movie about Martin Luther King, about those last 3 years. Couldn't get it done. It blew up. It would have been a very tough movie. Same way. So anyway, you understand. So we get to this point, we're talking, we get to know each other, and my co-writer is very smart about computers. We go at it and around it, and you know, I just said let's go with the Army narrative. Let's start straight and tell it linear and see where we end up on that. But it was the Army to show where he started, like Born on the 4th of July. You know, this is in 1989. Ron Kovic Tom Cruise played him. It was a guy who really believed in the Vietnam War, volunteered, ended up paralyzed, and came back and felt strongly against it. Now, same story, but both patriots. They really loved the United States, and they're working in its best interest. So how it happened was we started very humbly with his military experience and took it, and he helped us and told us details.
So what's the one thing about him, though, you spending time with him, that would surprise us to know? Like, I saw Citizen 4. And he likes Selena Gomez because he kept playing that song, "If You're Ready, Come and Get It." Anyway, but that was the one thing that really stood. I was like, wow, Snowden likes Selena Gomez. But are there things about him that surprised you, just as a person?
As a person, you know, you're asking kind of tabloid questions. I mean, I would say that he still misses hamburgers, and he eats fast food in Moscow, which is tough. And the Moscow hamburgers will never be American hamburgers. But aside from that, you know, he was a dedicated young man. I know those are boring things to you, but he really cares about reform. He's into the internet. He talks, does conferences. He spends probably all night most of the time with the States or Europe, talking on the phone. And thank God Lindsay has joined him over there, and I think she keeps him human. And I don't think he goes out much. He's not social that way. He's still introvert.
How proud are you of this cast? The film's fantastic. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who, they're all excited. Apparently you called everybody, and when they offered that, everybody today I've talked to said, yeah, he called me and he gave me the role. Everybody's talking like that today. But
I didn't look very much. No, with Joe, I said, I want him. And I called him before this, I think before the script was written in that period. I said, look, I'm excited. I want to make this movie. I want to make it with you, which is probably a mistake. You should never tell an actor you only want him, because then he has a lot of power over you. But no, he was great. He worked very hard. I loved his movie Don John, which I don't know if you saw. He wrote, he directed it, and he starred in it. It's outrageous. He's got a sense of humor, and he comes from a generation. He feels like Snowden. There's something about Ed's anti-dramatic, right? He's a hacker. I mean, not a hacker, he's a code writer. It's not really exciting stuff. They stay hidden. That's Joe a bit. But I'm glad you liked him. And Shailene?
Excellent.
Good.